Good afternoon, families. It is Friday, November 17th, 2023, and I'm coming to you with our Robots Roundup vlog for the week. So we're going to get right into our top two. There is no school next week, Wednesday through Friday, in observance of Indigenous Peoples Week. So if you are celebrating holidays with family, please be safe and have a fantastic time. And if you are traveling somewhere warm, please bring a little bit back and share it with us, because that would be really nice. Number two, big shout out and thank you to Britta's mom for coming in this week and reading to us about Diwali, which is the Festival of Lights. So to all those who celebrate Diwali, happy Diwali. If you don't know, Diwali is a festival of lights that is celebrated around the world by Hindus, Jains, Sikhs, and some Buddhists. It is the biggest holiday of the year in India. The holiday began on Sunday, November 12th, and runs for 5 days. It symbolizes the victory of light over darkness and good over evil. Now, cool fact, there is a community-wide Diwali celebration that's happening this Sunday, November 19th, at the Atrium, which is on Capitol Drive, just across from Atwater Elementary School. All people are welcome. There will be dancing, crafting, food. You can buy some tickets in a link that's in our email. Children are $10, adults are $30. So that's awesome. Now, getting into our vlog points for the week. Right off the bat, Scholastic Book Fair was super fun, so big thank you and shout out to our PTO and families for helping get some new books for our classroom. Thank you. We've already read quite a few of them and have been enjoying them. That's great. Second, we've had a awesome, amazing pie in the face experience because of our all school fundraising efforts. So there's a link in our email of some amazing pies that happened to some of our administrators, and thank you for them for being such good sports of that. So I hope you enjoy those. Then, if you were able to attend open house last night, thank you. I know Thursdays and evenings is always tricky, so if you were able to come in, pop in, thank you very much. We actually completed a special scavenger hunt that I'm going to attach in our email if you would like to earn a special scratch and sniff sticker right here. And they are real scratch and sniff stickers. Just go ahead and complete a special writing page that kind of looks a little bit like this. On what the adult's favorite toy is in our classroom. So not a student. So students, you might need to help your adult human at home know what toys we have in the room so they can draw a picture and write about their favorite toy if they were in our classroom, because we're going to make a book out of it because that's just cool. We have many of our disguised turkeys back in our class. They look amazing. Please do the best you can to complete and return all the rest of our missing disguised turkeys by this next Monday, November 20th, so we can have them up in the hallway so they will be safe over the next week. Then we'll get into our phonics. In phonics, this week we started practicing and reviewing our capital letter M, D, G, I, S, H, and B. A ton of words, but there are letters that we've already practiced. We're now working on their uppercase letter forms, which is great. We also added the high frequency words to our word ring: it, to, and that. So that's kind of fun. We've continued reading 2- and 3-word short phrases and sentences. Many students this week were actually surprised they could sound out and blend and read the things in our phonics because things are starting to click. So that's exciting. So I'm hoping you're seeing a little bit more of that at home. In our reading and writing, we worked with our 6th grade buddies this week, and we read an amazing book that is right here called We Are Grateful. And this is a book by Tracy Sorrell and illustrated by Frene Lesac. It is about the Cherokee people and how they express gratitude all year long. So we read this with our 6th grade buddies, and then our buddies helped all of our students write their own response on things that they are grateful for. So this is a book that we now have in our classroom, so that's really kind of cool. This week in math, we completed our first math module, our curriculum, our story of units that was practicing counting 1 through 10 and identifying multiple ways to count and organize and write numbers. So now I get to sit with each student one-on-one and ask them 4 questions just to make sure that they are able to show what we have learned thus far, and then we'll be getting into our next module. So you probably already had a workbook come home. That's yours. Stay at home. We have a new workbook for next week. This is part 2, which is part total or whole, where we're going to be learning how to take numbers apart into pieces and also dive into 2-dimensional and 3-dimensional shapes, or flats and solids, moving forward this next week, and then after we come back from our longer break. So that's super exciting. Last but not least, we have started a new chapter book, Beverly Cleary's The Mouse and the Motorcycle. And we have been having a phenomenal time reading this book. So I'll give you a quick synopsis so we can keep it short and get you into your weekend. In our chapter book, we've met a boy named Keith and his family who are staying at a special hotel over the July 4th weekend. All the fancy hotels got booked, so they checked into a Mountain View Inn, which is kind of a small, rundown hotel just off the interstate. Keith noticed that there was a small hole in his room. His mom was convinced it was mice. That's when, later that evening, Keith was playing with his toys and left out a motorcycle. And Ralph, the main mouse in our book, discovered this motorcycle, and that if he got on it and made a noise, the motorcycle actually moved. It was pretty cool. So after a spin around the bedroom with some help from Keith, Ralph got bold and went out into the hallway and had an entire encounter with a dog, saw the elevator and stairs downstairs. And for mice, this is a pretty big deal. He got stuck in the hallway. The bellboy named Matt helped him back into Keith's room. Keith's mom saw Ralph riding in the motorcycle, but of course everyone didn't believe her because like, there was a mouse riding your toy motorcycle. So they all thought she was still kind of really tired from sleeping. But things have been going well for Keith and Ralph was actually excited about possibly getting some food and had talked Keith into bringing up a peanut butter and jelly sandwich for his whole mouse family. And so he did. And Ralph is now the hero of his whole family because they got to eat a gigantic peanut butter sandwich for a meal. So that's about where we've paused in our book at this point, except for some more chapters coming up this next week. So stay tuned. But I hope you're having a fantastic, slightly cooling off fall. If you celebrate any holidays coming up, please, as always, be safe. Have a wonderful time, and I will see you next week for our Roundup next week. Otherwise, have a wonderful weekend, and I'll see you later. Bye.